All right, what is going on, guys? It is time for another bonus episode, special episode of the Dakar Rally. Getting ready for the Dakar Rally, gearing up for it. And if you guys read the title, you already know the routine. You know who we were talking to today. But we're going to find out a little bit more about it because this is all going towards the effort of Mason Klein's Dakar bid for 2024. So bring you guys a little bit more information about his program and how he's going to be able to get over to the 2024 Dakar this year aboard the Kachev Gen 2 rally bike. This is going to be interesting. Honda got a new rally bike headed out there. Gen 2 Kachev going out there. The Austrian brands, I don't know. Matthias Wagner out. This could be interesting. I don't know. I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of red bikes up on the podium. Just saying. 6 riders on the Honda team. And, well, I believe Mason's bike's got a little bit of red. Wouldn't that be awesome? Huh? Get a podium. Kachev, first year. Mason Klein. I have a feeling this is going to be a really good program. Obviously, Kachev coming out strong. New engine program for this Gen 2 bike headed out to the Dakar. Early reports unofficially stated about 10 kilos less, which is crazy. I don't know how you find 10 pounds or 10 kilos in an engine, but they were able to find it. So we'll see what that is going to look like. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the Dakar and what we have got going on. Let's add Alex to the group here. All right, create new contact. And we'll get it going. What's everybody doing? Are you guys ready? What are your plans for the Dakar Rally? I asked about it in the last update. What do you guys think? What do we need to do? What do we need to hear more of? What would you guys like to know more of? Trying to make this as interactive as possible. But in the meantime, let's start turning down the party a little bit. And we'll get Alex on the phone. We just need the phone to be a little bit more responsive here. There it is. Alex?
Hey, Victor. How are you?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Still alive.
Busy.
Yeah, busy, crazy. You know, it's like end of the year.
Nice. I know, right?
Everybody is running like crazy.
Yeah, trying to get all the last stuff. I mean, and then the one thing this year that's been very, very challenging is tax season and figuring out, okay, did we get enough write-offs? Are we in a good position?
That's true. Am
I going to have to apply for a loan to pay the government their taxes this year? You know.
Oh man, don't even start.
I know. I hear you on that one. So you guys got some big end of year plans and starting 2024.
Oh yeah. So that's actually, you know, we're already starting the next year. So, and I believe we will talk about this shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's been a big one. What we're working on, and I was talking about this in the intro, is, you know, the big news is Mason Klein going to the Dakar towards the end. You know, really, I kind of want to say that it's last minute, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has to go into it, planning for the year. You know, I'm going to find out more about how the year went for them, but it really, as far as the announcement goes, and moving forward and trying to get everything squared away, you know, getting a ride with Kachev, getting a Kachev rally bike to be able to compete this year. There's a lot of things that are just kind of like coming together and just trying to push, you know, to make this happen. And
yeah,
as I recently found out, you played a big role in that in the company that you're with.
You're like, with such a promotion, what you just did, like, I cannot say, differently, but actually it's not. It's all about Mason, right? And we all know like how hard it is to do the stuff, what he does, and how he's preparing for this race and the entire season for Mason. Obviously, there are a lot of components in this equation, and the financial or the kind of finance actually is a big part of it for sure, especially when we are talking about Dakar, right? And the bike and the all the other stuff, but it's Mason, and obviously it couldn't be done differently. So he has all the right supporters, and I was lucky enough to be a part of it, right? So I saw an opportunity and just tried to actually make it happen, because Mason is a good guy, and we all believe in. We all believe in Mason, and we hope for the best, right? We saw how he rides, and so that's cool. And I actually was lucky enough to get my board members team just to talk about it and to bring this idea. So everybody was excited. So I explained, shared all the details about the whole thing and about like what we are trying to do here, and that's really cool, because it's at the end of the day we're all thinking about the corporations and companies, and it's all about money, making revenues, profits, and so on and so forth. But actually, it's not all about it, right? It's about people. So, and especially in our business, in the kind of I'm coming from the software business, IT services company, and basically in our business, it's nothing else except of people. So our people are building amazing products, helping companies to be successful, to be disruptive on the market, right? But it's all about people. And so when we talked about Mason, like young talent, talking about his previous results with Dakar, that was like five-star green light from my team, from the board members, because it is exactly what we're trying to do, to help young talent, in our case engineering talent, to be successful and to help them to work with amazing companies, with our clients, and build amazing products. So there is a lot of kind of similarities in those kind of aspects, and that's why it was not kind of I actually didn't get a lot of resistance on this. I got a lot of questions, but as soon as everybody was on board with the whole idea, only green light. And after the decision was made, we worked with Mason on some supporting materials to actually help him with we tried to actually take everything from him and let him focus on the main thing, on the practice, on preparation for the race, and on the competition components. The rest should be covered by the team, by Mason's team, family, by us, by Covey, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So it sounds like amazing, and it's great to be a part of this story. But it's not about me. It's not about my team, my company, or it's not about Covey, right? It's the whole team composition and Mason. Mason is the kind of equilibrium there. So, and we're hoping for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the track record already, getting into this attempt at the Dakar. I mean, it's more of a known recipe now. It's no longer so much unknown. He's gone. He's put the bike on the podium, on stages. He's put together a race program, and it's just kind of like now it's the support. Everybody joining in behind him and helping make that goal. Help him get that time. The seat time and be able to go to the Dakar. And I think it's a very interesting point, like how you say, is when you have a very people-centric company, that this just kind of becomes an extension of it. And like you mentioned, it's not a corporation thing. It's not a corporate thing. It's not a business thing necessarily. It's more about just an extension of the beliefs of the company and supporting people and helping them grow, which is awesome. That especially that it's ventured outside. I'm full disclosure, I'm on the website right now of EffectiveSoft and seeing all the different areas that you guys are in. And that's pretty cool. Like, it's not just one specific thing.
That's, you got the point. That's exactly the thing. And this is why it was, literally you were talking about the last minute kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the point. The whole thing happened just, 2 weeks. We started conversation with Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you saw his messages in the WhatsApp and, Facebook
Mm-hmm.
or Instagram talking about Dakar. And there is kind of some not issues, but challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we started talking and thinking about this opportunity with Mason together. And it took literally a couple of weeks to finalize, to nail it down, and keeping in mind the budget, the amount, right? So it was really cool that we were able to make it. And actually, I think it was literally one day before the final announcement and when Dakar has released all the plate numbers, all the numbers for the competitors, and so on and so forth. It was super cool to see that we were able to make it. But again, so this is the preparation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want Mason to think about, okay, now I'm just, I'm responsible and everybody is just looking at me and so on and so forth. No, if Mason is listening to the podcast, and I'm pretty sure he will, Mason, have fun, be safe, have fun, and it's all on you. So don't think about your back, and don't think about the people who are there to support you. We are with you. Just go and have fun. That's pretty much it. We want you to be safe, and we will see you on the finish line.
100% agree with that. And that, that's it's interesting. It's such a powerful statement, because I've seen it happen before with many racers. Is they start getting sponsorships, they start getting all of these things, and then all of a sudden all of this pressure just comes on, and the driving, the riding, all of these things just start to they start to, I don't want to use the term lose, but they start losing themselves in what's going on, when they don't realize the key thing there is that the reason that these companies agreed to support you isn't because of what you're going to do in a month or what you're going to do in 3 months. It's because of everything that you've done and worked hard for to get to where you are today. And that's what they're supporting.
Exactly.
That's what they're supporting. And that's the talent they say. I was like, okay, well, this is the track record, and now we understand, that these are the next months, these are the next events, but it's not, you've already done the work to get to where you are here. The rest of it is just continue to execute the recipe that you've already done. That's not, it's very, it's a very interesting point. You do bring up a very good point. I mean, it's good to hear that. Exactly.
100%. And again, it's not about what you have done so far and that you deserve it. There is all of these things are important for sure, because you cannot just go to the race with zero experience and so on and so forth, because it's just literally unsafe. It's really, to survive just one stage is a big deal for a normal guy, right?
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't comment on this, right? So just to survive, that's the point. But for Mason, just have fun. So we are super happy to be a part of this game, to be a part of your story, Mason. And so forget about it and just have fun, be yourself on the bike. That's pretty much it. And we will be happy to, to see you at the finish line and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Are you gonna make the journey over?
That's the plan. So I'm just finalizing my paperwork with the passport and all of the stuff, but should be there at least during the rest day, because through the entire race, every day, just Mason and the rest of the team should be focusing on their stuff, and they don't need me or somebody else just bothering or saying how cool they are and how great they do and so on and so forth. So they don't need me there.
Yeah.
But and maybe at the end of the event also will come. We'll see. So, but as you can imagine, the Dakar itself, with the bivouac, with all this stuff happening there. That's amazing thing. That's a show already.
No, yeah.
And I was able to make it there for just one day, actually for 8 hours. Last Dakar this year in this January in 2023.
Yeah.
So just to support, to cheer for our 5 crazy Matul guys, right? So unfortunately, I was not able to catch everybody because unfortunately Kyle has already left because of the injury by the time when I was there. But cool enough, so Kyle will be there again this time, right? So trying to actually finish the crazy Matul or Malimoto stuff once again. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like he's, for him, he sees it as unfinished business, and
maybe. And this guy is like, he's like a real hero. He's just like super humble. You don't hear about him. He's singing or doing his stuff somewhere there, but then boom, you can see his number in the list of not just participants, but Malimoto participants.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really inspiring, like all of us, all of those newbies or junior folks, from the motorcycle experience perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the excitement and this is the inspiration like Mason and Kyle are bringing to us.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you mentioned something about being like really humble and the idea that you can walk up to either one of them at any one of the events and just talk, and that they're reachable, and that you can actually have an exchange with them, and that they enjoy talking to you and sharing their knowledge and the stuff that they've done. And Kyle is amazing. He has like so many, he's like a walking encyclopedia of the Dakar and all these things. He's very methodical in the things that he does. So I was surprised, like many, I think, to see his number up there. We didn't really know if he was going to compete. And then all of a sudden it's there, and it's like, of course, it's duh. So it's awesome, awesome to see that as well.
Yeah. And, I was thinking about this and actually I think even though Mason and Kyle, they are great people, well, like no questions at all. But I think this type of events actually involve people like them. Amazing, super open, super enthusiastic. And basically that's one of the coolest things about the rally and about some other crazy stuff which you may find there, that you meet those great people. And, I'm just recalling, you start talking about this, and I'm recalling my first meeting with Mason, and it was about 2 years ago when Vlad, my friend, and we did our first Sonora rally school in Mexico, right? And Mason was it was right after the Dakar, his first Dakar, right? When he got like 9th place on the overall, and he won the stage and so on and so forth. So, and like, I came to my friend Vlad, you know Vlad, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, this is the guy who made this in Dakar, the whole thing, like, and we asked Mason to take a photo with us, like, together and so on. And he was so surprised with this level of kind of attention. I mean, Mason, with this level of attention, because like for him, hey guys, we are all just one family. We are here just, to ride together and have fun. So that was amazing to see that this level of, sportsman, actually professional, right? Behaving like that. So this is all about people like, and Kyle, the same stuff. So he's like military veteran, right? He's like enduro runner. So super humble. I'm pretty sure he has hundreds, if not thousands, of stories to tell and explain like what is happening, how to do that stuff, and so on and so forth. So that's really cool.
Yeah. No, I think it's. I 100% agree with you. And not only that, I mean, and then you see where it is once you meet, when you meet Larry and Lisa, Mason's parents, and you just like, you understand, okay, yeah, they're very open, very like, he's had results and he's had a spotlight on him that I think in some circles, some people would let that get to them. And it's very humbling to see that it's still it's still Mason. Even his brother Carter very competitive on, coming off of being on the winning team at the Baja 1000.
Yep.
Same thing. You couldn't pick them out of the crowd. They, it's just another day of riding, which is really, really awesome. Yeah. So
That's true. Yeah. This is like, crazy guys.
I know, right?
Crazy family.
It is.
For sure.
When you think about what they have to do on a bike and the speed that they have to ride at. So what about you? I know you do a lot of riding as well. Have you been out doing any road books, anything like that?
Actually, the last time I rode was in June, and again, my friend Vlad and I, we participated in Rally Albania in Europe. This is like a 7 days road book rally. Mm-hmm. Actually, they've been doing this for 19 years already.
Oh, wow.
So the next Rally Albania edition next June into 2024 will be like the 20th anniversary of the rally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was the last event I participated. Unfortunately, I just, torn my ACL at the middle of the race. I think it was the third stage. So still was able to finish the stage and to finish the race, for the rest of the stages. But yeah, so after that, had surgery, right now recovering and preparing for the next season. That's why I actually missed the Sonora School this December.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Would love to be there, but yeah, so this is the point. But Vlad is training. So Vlad is preparing for the next race, and actually he's thinking about the same kind of schedule, Sonora Rally, then Albania. We want to, make it. It's an amazing event, actually, but yeah, that's I think it's a long story. The thing is, if you think about Baja, 6 day Baja Rally, right, with Scotty. Mm-hmm. So some of the stages you had like a lot of rocks and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. The terrain, so less sand, more rocks, and so on. So Albania is the mountain country. So all the roads there are in the mountains, and basically you have 7 days of rocky hell, plus I think half of it with river crossings and so on. So basically you have everything there, and yeah, it's kind of interesting setup. And the thing is, it's not super expensive actually to participate in this event. You can rent the bike there. I believe cost-wise it is almost the same what we have here, like fly and ride this package, right? Mm-hmm. So in Albania you can do it as well. You don't need visa to go to the country. This is amazing scenery, different, landscapes. You have everything. You have forest, you have rocks, you have rivers, you have, literally like heavy rain, part of the story for sure, and so on and so forth. So if someone just is thinking about like expanding or extending their rally geography, and not talking about Dakar or Africa Eco Race for now, right? Mm-hmm. So in Europe, there are a bunch of amazing events like Rally Albania. So there is a like Morocco Desert Challenge, but I think this is a kind of a tough one as well. So in Turkey, they have, I think, few events, and also in Greece. So yeah, there are a bunch of places to visit and have fun.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's a very interesting point, is that there's so many rallies that are held around the world. If you're interested in traveling, and some of them, do have fly and ride packages and things like that. But you think about the costs of a Dakar and what that represents, where you could maybe go race 3 or 4 rallies for the amount of money that gets spent on the one rally.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. If you're talking about Dakar in general, just for one bike, for example, right? Mm-hmm. I would say you can easily cover at least 3, but I think even 4 rallies in Europe. So basically, there is, I think it's rally in Greece. Mm-hmm. It's happening again at the end of May. At the end of May, and right after it, there is Albania. So I know people are going there for just 2 weeks of rallies, 1 week in Greece. Mm-hmm. So they're renting the bike from like one or two firms. There are two groups of people who are providing this package. So they're renting the bike, doing like 1 week rally in Greece. Then they're moving to Albania, which is like, I don't know, half day ride or drive. And they're having fun in Albania for another week. So basically, it's a good package. You can combine these two events together, and it will take 2 or maybe 2.5 weeks in total. Mm-hmm. So cool stuff. Yeah. And, Greece and Albania, with all the, high mountains, with the rocks, with the sea, and also rivers, that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a great combination of different terrains just in one place.
Yeah, it's not just not just flat landscape. It's not like Texas. no hills, just flat.
Flat landscape. What is it? Yeah. So definitely not.
Nice, very nice. Well, good. And so we've got a few days. I think it's kind of cool that they moved the Dakar a few days. And usually, January 1 was the day, but now they moved it 5 days.
Yeah. So January 5th. As I understand, they start and they have a rest day on January 13th on Saturday, and then they finish 19th. Nice. So will be cool. So this time I believe we don't have a lot of guys from the US, in the starting list, but still we will cheer and for all of them. Yeah,
everybody that's going. Yeah, and I'm especially curious to see what they're going to do with this new stage, the chrono stage, with the multiple bivouacs.
That's interesting.
It is. I think it's a good change. I see what they're trying to do, and I applaud them for the continuing, trying to make it competitive and trying to make it more of an even playing field. So that's and safer too. I think that's another big thing that they've been working on. So yeah, I'm curious to see. We're just going to have to wait a few days.
That's true.
Yeah. That's true. But I did see your or on the EffectiveSoft Dakar website, you guys got a countdown to the event, which is cool. And
this is where our team will start, posting and providing information. And so stay tuned. And basically, you also will find information about Mason there.
Nice. Yeah, I see the very, very, very nice website. I mean,
it was really easy to do, because like when everybody was on board, then when everybody actually understand that, what it is, how hard it is, and what actually, so everybody start thinking, okay, what can we do? Mm-hmm. What can we do to make it easier? What can we do to support and to do like whatever is needed. So tell us. That was the main question. Tell us what to do, and we're here. And this is where the team came up with the website. Oh, let's do it. Let's post it. So Mason actually has filmed like a few videos to support this website and provide some information. So that was really cool to see happening and building up.
Yeah. This is I applaud your team. I mean, this is very, very clean and I feel like this probably came up in 72 hours. I think it looks, but it looks like years were spent, making this perfect. So you got to
it's just like, that's for sure. And actually, not only this, the website, but also the design graphics for the bike, as well as helmet. Mm-hmm. So we're, the team was working on this, because with the COVID, another challenge is that actually we have the bike, but we don't have the design templates, right? So they don't have the graphics, they don't have the templates which we can use, to lay down and so on and so forth. So that was another kind of, design magic from the team to put it all together, to come up with some ideas. And so I believe Mason has already posted some of the photos from the Factory FX team, which was working on the, printing the stickers and all this design stuff. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm hoping I haven't talked to him. I'm actually scheduled to talk to him tomorrow, him and the family. And but it'd be cool to see a livery launch, where they unveil the graphics and everything. That I think would be really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think it will not happen before Dubai. So Mason, and maybe I'm just, giving some teaser on his interview, which we'll have tomorrow. But Mason is going to Dubai to do the, final pre-run, pre-test of the bike, which will be there. I think it's like in a week from now, actually less. He's departing on 19th of December. So, and stickers will be placed there because the bike is there, stickers are here and so on. But yeah, he can give you like a sneak peek of what he has.
It'll be it'll be awesome, man. I'm excited. I think this is this is really, really cool. A lot of people talk about going to the Dakar this weekend on Sunday. We have Willem talking. I think that's going to be a big, everybody. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Victor with the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Hey, super quick. We have got some news for you guys. So Mira Activewear, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the brand. You should be. You've seen their handiwork if you've seen pictures of Happy Dave and a few of our other riders here in the States, but also in the Dakar Rally, a lot of the top pros wearing their windbreakers, custom-made rally suits and things like that. They have been phenomenal. They are a very, very high-quality product. Awesome printing, design team, everything. But the reason we're interrupting this episode is they have got a fundraiser and promotional raffle going on right now between now and February. You want to get on over there. So you can purchase a limited edition Mira bandana set. So 3 special designs. That will get you entered into the contest for a grand prize of a full rally suit. So check out all the rules and limitations, all that fun, all that jargon. Get on over to the website. Link is in the description. And let's get back to the episode. I think this helps bring so much exposure and light to how big of a challenge. Like a lot of people know, Dakar is a big challenge to get to the Dakar. But once you start exposing, the support and the things that it takes to get to it and the step-by-step, like what he does with his social media, Mason, all of the testing, all of the writing and all of the things that are doing is like it peels back the curtain a little bit and people can see into that and see like really what it takes and if this is achievable.
But man, it's not even, you are absolutely right. But the point, at least what I see, it's not even close to what in reality it is. Because, you can have the supporting team, amazing supporting team behind your back, right? Because the community is really tight. Everybody is willing to support and willing to do something to be able to help you, right? But at the same time, this is you who is riding on the bike like daily for like 2 weeks with 1 day break, right? Thousands of kilometers. This is you. And, we definitely can see all these like videos and explanations, but if you haven't even tried to ride like a couple 100 kilometers in the desert or like off-road using your paper road book, right? Trying to understand where to go, trying to keep up with the pace of the race, right? Because, finishing like, I don't know, at midnight actually is super challenging, right? Because the next starting, time is like in 4 hours from your finish and so on and so forth. So the whole magic and the hard stuff is still on Mason and on other riders' shoulders. And that's unbelievably difficult. And all the respect, all the support, or the, let them do their job, and we hope for the best. So again, I cannot express just in words how tough it is and how cool these guys are. So, and we are literally hoping for the best for them and to be safe and to make it to the finish line.
Yeah, I 100% agree. When you're done and at the end of the day you're there, you take that first green flag. At that point, that's it. It's you, the machine, and thousands of kilometers, literally thousands of kilometers over the next 2 weeks. So it's very
And then by the way, think about this from additional angle, right? From the Male Moto, right? So you are done. You are at the finish line, and then you need to do the service on your bike, like for yourself, take time for yourself, like just have, take some food and so on and so forth. But then you need to prepare your bike. That's another kind of, book of records or like challenge, right? And talking about people, you mentioned William. So the rally community is amazing. Like I've started my kind of rally journey just 2 years ago, literally 2 years ago, and I didn't know all these guys. And but the rally community is so cool, it's so tight, and that everybody is connected. So William is another great example of the passionate person who is doing like all he can to actually promote it in South Africa, helping here, and so on, right? So that's really cool.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think that's, being exposed to two different sides, the people that race Baja and the teams and everything down there. It is a very different, like, I know that they are tight knit. There's a lot of competitiveness in there. But what's interesting with rally is, yes, there's competitiveness, but that all ends when the road book's over. And everybody gets together and around the campfire or sharing stories, walking around, doing all of these things. It's a very different community, I think, in that aspect. And I think you're right. I mean, it's like, I look forward to going to these events and talking to everybody. Working them can be very stressful, but when it's okay, we're done for the day, go out, walk, talk to people, hear their adventures, the things that happened and all of that. And it just kind of, it's like refreshing, and it's awesome that everybody's, in good spirits and getting along and doing it. It's just, yeah. I think I've said it a bunch of times on the show. If you haven't been to a bivouac, you need to go to a bivouac and see for yourself.
Sure. And actually, it's not only after the race, after the road book is done, because obviously there are people who are chasing the podium, and they are there for this reason, and that's like, with all the respect, like, good luck to them, they're really cool. But at the same time, there's a huge group of people who are participating because they love this spirit, they love this kind of adventure, and actually for them the brotherhood or like the support among each other. Mm-hmm. It actually doesn't start at the finish line. It starts at the starting line. And when you have, like, for example, in Albania, I had a few times issues where just, I flew away from the race, from the track. So in the mountains, luckily it was not like super like steep or like cliff or something, but my bike was down there. And actually I wasn't able to pull it to the road just by myself. Mm-hmm. So, but there were, trucks or cars just coming, and they spent time with me, helping me out to take my bike back and be on the road again. And again, this is like this team spirit or rally spirit, which you will get there. Mm-hmm. So, and another thing is like the participants or like people who ride. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure. That's one team. But think about it a bit, from a different angle. And actually, again, I was lucky enough to be a part of this story as well. So think about the team which organized the rally. Yeah. So this is not the organization. This is not like a company, enterprise, whoever, right? Mm-hmm. These are the people. These are the people who actually do this event for you to be safe, to ride, to have fun. But still, these are the people. So, like for Sonora with Darren and Aaron Lee, and with Scotty Bloom and so on. So these are the people who are organizing this, and around them. So these are just like, few folks who drive this here. And also we have Ken Homa, who is starting or planning to do the event in Reno, which is also amazing thing. And other guys who are doing the South California. But the point is, there is a huge group of people who are volunteering and doing amazing job there. And basically, I had an opportunity to join this volunteers team like the 2 Sonoras back. Let me put it this way. And guys, this is tough. This is tough because for you, when you are riding, your start line is the starting point, right? And you finish when you are done with the finish line. And then you are just, taking time, having fun, and so on and so forth. Yeah. This volunteers team, they started sometimes at like 2:30, 2:40 a.m. They go to the starting line to organize the starting line. You were a part of the timing team, right?
Yeah.
So you did the same. You started like at 4 a.m. and going to the starting line for like 3 hours drive, then setting up the environment, and then waiting for the last rider. Like 9 p.m. Then you have to, do the math. So Mike was doing an amazing job putting all these numbers together. And then you are done like at 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., right? And then another 3 hours of sleep and you're back on the road to set up the next starting line. So it is tough. And actually, I had a chance to try it out with the team. The team was amazing. And I literally love the spirit of this organization, how it was. It was not easy, but it was cool to be a part of it. And I do appreciate when I was riding like last Sonora this April, right? I literally said, thanked all of the guys who were on track, on starting line, on finish line, because this is tough. And actually, this is all done for the riders. So we all riders appreciate what your guys doing to organize all these events. It's not easy for sure.
Yeah. It's it definitely, it is a long, it can be a very, very long day. I remember at Sonora for the W2R, the World Rally Raid Championship. FIA. I know, right? It's like a long acronym. But yeah, that was the same thing. It was like at no later than a half hour before the first bike was scheduled to leave the bivouac, the command center basically the piece control had to be operational, 100% operational. Everybody knows where everybody's at. Everything is like everybody's up and running. And so sometimes, that's 30 minutes, but then it takes you 30 minutes to get to that point. So you're there an hour before the first bike leaves, which, 3 a.m. sometimes, or a couple times out during that event. And that's just us. And I consider myself lucky that I get to be in an office, in this particular case. And there's people that I'm, turning on tracking and I'm watching them going down this highway that they had to have left at least an hour ago, to get to these points. So yeah, it's a very big, it is a very big logistical undertaking. It takes a lot of organization. It takes so many resources. And then even if you planned it all out, it takes that person to get in the car that says, yeah, I will go and do the start line and set it up and get it ready. And I will go do this for you, for the love of it, because I want to be a part of the event, so it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Yep, absolutely. Awesome. And, when I started my first rally, I was thinking, okay, this is the organization. So I paid money for the, for the entrance, for the participation. So everything will be done and so on and so forth. So because you paid, it's not like, $200 or something. So it's a meaningful amount, right? And you have a lot of people there. So assume that the budget, but it's not that big because you need to provide all the safety, safety guidance. You have to have the helicopter, just in case, medical staff up and running and so on and so forth. And basically what you have a team of literally volunteers who are not paid there, but they are doing their best to actually, to create this opportunity. Yeah. So and when you see that, actually, that's an eye-opening kind of situation. Like, wow, yeah, that's really tough. And right now, the bad thing for me is that I want to be on both sides. Yeah. I want to ride. I want to ride on the, at these rally events, like it was in last Sonora. But I also want to participate and I also want to volunteer to make it happen with the team, because both teams, competitors as well as the volunteers or organizers teams, are amazing. These are this is the family, and this is my challenge. What I kind of see right now or feel right now.
Yeah,
and this is why the event which. Kent and Jen are organizing in April or May, right timeline next year. So that's another great opportunity. This is the family event, and I'm pretty sure Kent and Jen will be super happy to get additional, helping hands, helping riders, whatever, right? Yeah. To make it happen, because we need more in the US. We need more of those type of events because community we want it, and let's make it. So guys, if you have time, if you want to participate, reach out to Ken, and I'm pretty sure he will find particular areas or tasks for you to help with.
Yeah, it's really getting close to time to check in with them again and just see how that's progressing. Because that was the same. If it's coming in May, that's only months away. 6 months away? So it's coming up. When we talked and we originally did the episode, it sounded like they were ready to go, or not ready to go, but they were on the tail end of all of the big tasks. And so now, I would really want to know, is it, where are we looking at, volunteers? What are the next steps? And I think that's important for people to understand too, that how big of a production even a small event can become, so yeah, we'll see. But awesome. Well, what else do we got going on? I know you're going to head out to the Dakar, try and be there on rest day with Mason. And then what else? You're recuperated. Sonora Rally, I think, next on the radar for you.
Yeah. So that's the hope. So I'm recovering from my ACL injury, but the hope is to be ready by then. So it should be good. And practice a bit more and have fun there. Nice. So that's the plan.
Nice. Well, yeah. Well, we'll have to. I mean, what I would like to do is, and we'll talk about it now as the preview for the show is. Would love to go, we can take some time and talk a little bit about your journey into Rally and how you got started and do all that stuff. We can do a whole episode on that. I think it would be really cool because people need to know how to get into this. What are the things, right?
Well, yeah. And actually, maybe again, another teaser of this potential future show if you will do it. So we'll be happy to talk about it because surprisingly, this is like a really, our ball, which we are all live on, or the earth, right? It is really small. And today in our time, in our community, this is so tight, so easy to get information, to get connection, to get, introduction if needed, to be able to make so many things. So this is how I actually entered, into this rally in Albania. And maybe we will talk about next time because, it's another kind of crazy story, but it is really easy to get to the point where you want to be. The main blocker is your imagination. Yeah. Just start thinking about it and you will get it. And I've been to Raleigh, as I mentioned, I haven't been there 2 or 2.5 years ago. And right now we're talking about how my team is supporting Mason in the Dakar. Mm-hmm. Seriously, is it real? But yes, it is. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just super excited, and this is a really cool story. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll be happy to talk about this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. We definitely have to do that. Now we just have to be patient and wait 20 more days for the first green flag.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I will let you go. It is officially Friday. So I'm sure you get some rest and catch up with all your travels.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for organizing this. And this not only about the riders and then the volunteers team and so on, but also about the stuff you do with the Chase Point and connecting the dots, because it is really important. And for us, for people who are looking at it and just listening, following you, that's really cool stuff what you're doing. So man, please go ahead and then continue. So we need to have more.
No, I appreciate it. That is the plan. A lot of big stuff coming for the next year. So super excited.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Victor,
yes.
What about your plans? So I know you are busy, also super busy, I would say. So any plans for the next month? Maybe Dakar. Maybe we should have some, alcohol-free beer there.
I know
in Saudi.
I would have loved to it. I was in the running for it, but it didn't pan out. So maybe from what I understand is we're going to take another shot about trying to be part of the organization in 2025. So
okay,
we got to wait till after this one. But it was a double-edged sword. That's a good question, because part of me was like, if I go to the Dakar, that takes up all my time off from my day job. So then I can't go to, right now I have Coast to Coast is the next event I'm going to. definitely want to do SoCal Rally, actually ride it instead of, support ride it, whatever needs to happen there. And then, of course, Battleborn Rally with Kent and Jen. And then Baja Rally, Sonora Rally. Like, I'm going to try and go to as many of these rallies as I can this year to help support. And so that was the whole consideration. It's like, it was like, what's going on, guys? Victor with the Chasing Waypoints podcast. All right. Are you looking to promote your brand to a worldwide audience on the podcast? Drop us a line at podcast@chasingwaypoints.com and let's talk. See what we can do about getting you some more ears for your company and getting the word out worldwide. I don't know, 3 months ago or so, I was like, if I go to this, I'm not going to be able to support any of the other events in person. So it was a tough.
Yes, it is. But at the same time, that the situation actually creates an opportunity, right? And basically back to one of your episodes with another great guy, another kind of, I don't know, iconic person, Mo Hart, right? Mm-hmm. Who finished the Malimoto category this year. Mm-hmm. So I think during his episode, he mentioned that he was thinking about participation in the Dakar, that he needs to make it. And then, you should just go it. And all these, guys are putting so much into their thing. So basically his excuses are not relevant. And you just think about it. And the excuses about time off or taking it, like, come on. You'll be there. You will have fun.
I know, right?
So that's not the excuse.
I know. Well, we'll see. I mean, that's definitely the plan, though. I mean, we're gonna try and get out there, and that's actually interesting. I have the desktop, the dashboard up for my podcast, and the number one thing, like the very first, wrapped is the Mo Hart episode was streamed 592% more than the average episode of the podcast.
Yep.
So people wanted to hear that story.
And just one more thing. So we talked about Mason, we talked about Kyle, mm-hmm. Veteran military guy, and also like enduro runner, right? But thinking about more. So Malimoto, he has done it. Actually, he's an Olympic skipper, right? Mm-hmm. So he was preparing, or he was a part of Olympic sailing team, or like very close to them, right?
Yes.
So, and that's also kind of amazing thing. And I'm also a skipper, not that level as Mo, mm-hmm. but the thing I'm just doing is, I'm thinking is, this is about adventure, sand, like off-road, about wind, about challenges. So this is all about rally. It's all about sailing. It's all about this kind of people who are a part of this story. And so, guys, rally is amazing. That's another, side of our lives. And when you ride, when you have all these challenges, at the same time, you think you feel that you live. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a unique set of challenges, and it's going to push you to limits and places that you didn't think. I mean, and travel the world. I mean, you can do it. It's the universal road book language. So.
Oh yes.
Very nice. Well,
and it is like literally next to you. So all these excuses are irrelevant. Just open your door, open your imagination, and you are there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's we've got plans. I mean, I can kind of talk a little bit about it, but that's the plan for next year. Is going to be working on more educational type stuff for people to be able to go out and start even creating their own road books and how to approach that and how to get into rally. It doesn't have to be fancy. So that's what I'm pushing for this next year.
Yeah. And that's maybe just, the last thing, because I understand we are running out of time. That's another important thing, because if you need to set up, so basically to be able to, participate in rally, you need to have a setup. Mm-hmm. And setup actually costs money. So you need to have a bike, then you need to prepare, you need to buy the tower, all the devices, roadbook holder, blah, 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 all of that, you name it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, today we are getting more bikes on the market, which are like much better prepared for this type of events. So Kovi is one of the examples, right? Yeah. Basically, the price tag is lower the quality is there. So we obviously people will complain, we'll talk about it, but the fact that last Dakar Covid bikes made it to the finish with good results, right? So we will see how it goes this year, and we actually think that it should be great. My first rally in Albania, I actually rode the bike AGP from Portugal, right? It's a Portuguese bike, which out of, like stock bike has the rally tower. So you have you have the setup. You just need to put the devices. You need to put the odometer. You need to put the road book holder, and that's it. You don't need to spend like couple $1,000 to buy the amazing, super fancy rally tower, right? Which, like, by the way, I love what Matthew Glade is doing, and the Sonora Rally Tower is amazing stuff, right? And actually, thanks to Matthew, and guys, please, if you need to buy something, so I'm not supported by Matt, right? But I actually love what he does, and RNS shop is the place to buy the stuff for your rally bike, right? But talking about the stock options, so bikes are coming, and there are like more options right now rather than it was like 3 or 5 years ago. So much cheaper to start with something. So that's really cool. That's really cool.
No, I 100% agree. I mean, the Kachev has come out and is making this more achievable for a lot of people. And not only that, that was something that I spoke to Gary about. At this point, there's enough bikes out and being used that the collective mileage that has been performed or that's been ridden is enough time for, okay, well, yeah, this wears that, let's go. This is cheap. That's this, all of those complaints and all of those things that people were assuming were going to happen. The time is running out, if not ran out, with how many bikes have actually put miles out there. So I think this is really good. And it's even more exciting, that they've got a Gen 2 bike heading out to the Dakar. They're constantly innovating. So this is, I think this is going to be, it's going to be really tough for a lot of other brands that are going to want to step into that market at a reasonable price. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. And but by the way, one more interesting thing, I believe there was an announcement that Harley Davidson actually is planning to participate in Africa Eco Race this Jan. I mean, this event. Coming with their Pan America bike. Obviously it's heavy, it's not like 500 or something. It's 1200 bike, I think, but still, it means that rally is there, so companies are looking into that. New bikes are coming. That's really cool. So more bikes, it's better. You have an opportunity to choose and to pick your option. So
I think that's going to be definitely going to be an interesting sight to see. A Harley out in Harley at Africa Eco Race. Nice.
But still, like if they can make it, that would be awesome, because potentially Pan America can be a good, off-road travel kind of adventure bike competitor to the well-known, the most amazing off-road bike for pavement, BMW 1200, right? GS.
The GS 1200, Yeah.
Anyway, it will be fun. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. All right. Excellent, sir. Well, I will let you get some rest, and we will see you soon. That'll be the plan.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. So thanks for your time. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk about getting that episode scheduled up.
Awesome.
We'll talk adventures. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, bye. So there you have it. This is going to be very, very interesting as this goes. As we get closer, we're literally counting down to the Dakar. I mean, we're literally almost there, and so it's awesome to see Alex and his team at EffectiveSoft helping Mason, and just literally kind of become an extension of the company. And in saying that, they themselves at their core values, believing in people, helping people grow and growth and moving forward with human capital, with people, and then extending that into what Mason is doing. And as he mentioned, that's very important in his message to Mason is, like, hey, you've done it, relax, go out, have fun, make it happen. The hard work's already done. You already did what you needed to do to get to where you're going or to get to this point. So I think it's going to be awesome. We got a lot to go as I'm mentioning this, and you guys were talking about it. These episodes are probably going to be a little bit out of order, but the whole plan about this is just to get as much information out about Mason's journey headed out to the Dakar Rally. We've got some other stuff. I'll drop them now if we haven't already heard them. We've got a new little segment that's coming that you guys are going to be hearing, as well as going to be the NAR files. So we'll be working on a theme song. If you got an idea for a theme song, if you haven't heard of it, but we're going to be doing the NAR files. He's got a couple of very, very unique and special guests. Look for those as bonus episodes. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. They're enjoying their weekend. If they're out riding, don't forget to tag us and all that fun stuff at Chasing Waypoints Official or hashtag Chasing Waypoints. Would love to see what you guys are up to and riding. And if you got any questions, remember, if you're on Spotify, jump on down. You can you can ask questions there, make comments there as well. And if you're on any of the other platforms, do not hesitate. Jump on over to the Instagram, send us a direct message. You can also do that on Facebook as well. So again, hope everybody's having a great weekend, having a great week so far. Remember, it'll make sense when you get there. Enjoy the ride. All right, that is a wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Looking forward to our next one coming up. Remember, if you are out riding, do not forget to tag us at Chasing Waypoints. Hashtag Chasing Waypoints. And if you haven't already, get on over to the website. Get signed up for the newsletter, The Bivouac. North America's rally raid and adventure riding newsletter. Hey, let's have some fun. Let's find out what are you guys up to. Let's get you featured. If you're a brand and looking to get supported, get some eyeballs, get some ears on your business. Absolutely, hit us up. Send us a message at podcast at Chasing Waypoints. But anyway, that is a wrap. Remember, shiny side up. See you guys.